turn my back, you laughing.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything.
Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive of your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Hill on the return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. A first trip to the red zone for KC. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
On third down, Jackson buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and through. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Ingram, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Hitchens, 2nd in the AFC in tackles last year, there to bring him down. On 2nd down, here's Jackson over the middle, and it's incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Eluding, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. but it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And
it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson steps away. Now he'll let it go on the... And got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Jackson on 2nd down. This one complete to Ingram. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Jackson steps away to his left. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Fire down these two. Let's go. Game situation. Let's go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Uncorks one for Davis. That's going to be caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be.
And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
53, Mike. Don't get nervous.
Jackson on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Caught by Snead over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Jackson now on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Being chased out left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And not much trouble in that game for the Vikings. They've opened their lead further. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. On the crossing route, complete. It's Davis. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To throw again on second down. Mahomes on the crossing route, complete. That's Davis. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Back to mine, back to mine. Mike, 48, Mike, 48. Yellow.
Mahomes going to throw. Pass it, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. At their own 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Jets have just scored to take the lead over the Patriots. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yellow, Arsenal, 80. Yellow, hey, 43.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Incomplete from the contact. It's now 2nd and 10. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. I don't need to.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes. Uncorks one for Davis. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang it.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Joe Mixon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
53 the mic.
To try again after the sack. Jackson flushed out, and the pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. There's Jackson on 3rd and long.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going.
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. The 40. The 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point safely through, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now Jackson, throw left side complete. It's Ingram. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Connects it to Roberts. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darren Lee picks it. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Now Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yellow.
Danny. Check 48's the mark.
Now here's Mahomes. His throw caught right around the 6. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Let's go.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On the stop, Breeland speaks.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch twist. Let it go.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Hey, yo, go going. Let's go, baby.
A handoff to Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Attack!
Again, it's Mixon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Josh Adams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing, too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune at
yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Man open left side is Brown. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him on.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Mike, check, 59. Hey,
On 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy get.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Anthony Hitchens, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. On the crossing route, complete. That's Hill. He's got daylight. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and good, and they had one more